Welcome to the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. 3.2 miles of pure tarmac in sweltering heat in the Middle East. A circuit that was revamped in 2021, the year we saw the infamous final race in the title battle between Verstappen and Hamilton. Today, neither of them start on the front row, but hopefully it's an entertaining race as we look to the grid. Yuki Tsunoda, with his first pole position in F1, leads the way, and it's Lando Norris alongside him in P2. Hamilton and Antonelli on the second row, Russell and Verstappen on the third row. Oscar Piastri disappointing quali in 7th and Leclerc in 8th as the Williams round out the top 10. Isaac Hadjar in P11 alongside Fernando Alonso, Lance Stroll and Liam Lawson 13th and 14th. The Hasses 15th and 16th. Doohan outqualifies his teammate for the first time in 17th. And Bortoleto and Hulkenberg on the final row of the grid as we look to the action for Abu Dhabi, to the race. The lights are on, the engines start revving, and it's foot to the floor, and away we go here at Abu Dhabi. It's a bad start for Lando Norris. Tsunoda's away well. Hamilton up into second. Hamilton switches back to the inside on Yuki Tsunoda, and into first goes the Ferrari. Beautiful start from third place up into the lead of the Grand Prix. Russell and Verstappen are fighting for P4 further back, but Hamilton leads from Tsunoda, from Norris, who will be disappointed with the start that he got. The Mercedes 5th and 6th, it's not a great start for Antonelli as there's not much change further down the order, but Yuki Tsunoda is trying to reclaim the lead of the Grand Prix from Lewis Hamilton. To the outside he goes into turn 6, but Hamilton holds the inside line over the Japanese driver, and he will maintain first place on lap 1. Beautiful start for the Brit. Looking at a replay here of Hamilton's jump off the lights. It's a good reaction time, straight past Norris up into second place of the Grand Prix, as Tsunoda defends to the inside, but he uses those 18 years of experience just to switch back. It's a world-class manoeuvre from a world-class driver to find his way into P1 and the lead of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Another battle that we saw on lap 1, George Russell and Max Verstappen side by side for P4 just outside the podium places. Russell, huge wobble over the curb, and this allows Verstappen to find his way through as Russell's car bottoms out. And the four-time world champion reclaims 4th, but Russell isn't going to let this go. The Mercedes tossling with the Red Bull, and back round the outside he will go. George Russell reclaiming P4 and back up ahead of the Red Bull. Already a gap forming between 3rd and 4th. Here's Yuki Tsunoda along the main straight, making a move down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. He's made the move stick, but through turn 7, Lewis Hamilton switches back on Yuki Tsunoda, and the 7-time world champion finds his way back up into first place with an exquisite move on the Japanese driver. Looking again at the move, we can see Tsunoda's fully alongside and fairly clear, but Hamilton tucks inside on turn 6 and switches back at turn 7 to make his way past Yuki Tsunoda. Up and under move. It's a classic in Formula 1, and Hamilton has shown that. The Racing Bull is slow through sector 3. Liam Lawson has an issue with the engine, and it's going to cause a premature end to the race for Liam Lawson as he parks up along the start-finish straight. It's not a day to remember for the Kiwi driver. Carlos Sainz and his new team in the Williams looking to go for it on Antonelli, the team that supplies Williams with their engines. Up into P8 goes Carlos Sainz to get ahead of the rookie Italian. He's pulled away, but you begin to wonder. Antonelli, the Mercedes, with much better straight line speed, coming back at the Williams here, looking to go round the outside into turn 9. The sweeping left-hander. Beautiful side-by-side action between the Williams and the Mercedes. Carlos Sainz back ahead, but Antonelli isn't going to let this one go. He wants to prove a point to Mercedes that he is one for the future. Side-by-side into the hotel section, but Carlos Sainz holds the inside line and finds his way into P8 ahead of Andrea Kimi Antonelli, and now he's got Albon nipping at his heels. Lando Norris has found his way up into second place. He's on the hards, an alternate strategy, but into the lead he goes. A third different race leader in this Grand Prix, down the inside of Lewis Hamilton. and into first place he goes. However, Lewis Hamilton will have the DRS back on Lando Norris and a beautiful opportunity to find his way back into first place. Lando Norris defends the inside line aggressively. Hamilton swoops to the outside, uses that slight bit of banking that's there. They bang tyres slightly. Lewis Hamilton just off the road, but he's managed to reclaim that first place. The McLaren straight past Lewis Hamilton along the main straight here, up ahead of the Ferrari. Hamilton, he finds the tiniest of gaps to keep himself alongside Lando Norris. Lando Norris bottoming out on that turn 7 curb, and Lewis Hamilton finds his way into first place, but Lando Norris with the drag reduction system open, and he has the overwhelming speed on Lewis Hamilton, but the 7-time world champion isn't going to give this up easily. Tries to stick it around the outside, but it doesn't come to fruition. Lando Norris up into first place, as this is proving to become a real good tussle between 3 different teams and 3 very, very skilled drivers. While Tsunoda's up fighting for third place, Max Verstappen is trying to get up into P4 ahead of the Mercedes, round the outside at turn 6. It's a nice and simple move for the 4-time world champion, as he is up into 4th place. Weird situation for the Dutchman being the 2nd Red Bull driver at the moment. However, George Russell with the DRS finds his way back through on Verstappen into turn 9 and is back into P4. These two alternating places. Andrea Kimi Antonelli, who started this Grand Prix in 4th position, now finds himself under fire from the 2 Aston Martins. Alonso through on the main straight. Stroll with an ambitious dive bomb down the inside of Kimi Antonelli, but Kimi Antonelli holds his way there, bottoms out on the curb, and Lance Stroll has managed to find his way through into P12, following his teammate through on the Mercedes. Out of the leaders, we have our first one coming into the pits is Lewis Hamilton in the Ferrari, making his way into the pit lane here on lap 7. He's hoping for a good pit stop. He's going to attempt the undercut on Lando Norris, puts on a set of the hard tyres, and it's a smooth pit stop for the Ferrari team as Hamilton makes his way out of the pit lane. Tsunoda out of the pit lane here, the lap after Lewis Hamilton on lap 8 onto 9, makes his way under the tunnel of the pit lane. Hamilton is already through in his Ferrari, so you've got to wonder what is the gap going to be between the Red Bull and the Ferrari. And now Tsunoda's under pressure from Russell. You've got to think something has gone wrong in that pit lane at Red Bull. On the alternate strategy, Lando Norris makes his way underneath the tunnel. He's put on the yellow medium tyres. Hamilton is up into first place, but Lando Norris still has Lewis Hamilton in his sights, a couple seconds back, if that, and on those medium tyres he's going to be on a charge on the fresher compound, the softer tyre. George Russell looking to overtake Tsunoda to find himself in the top 3 for the first time this race, round the outside at turn 6, and it's easy as you like for George Russell, easy through turn 7, and the Mercedes is up into 3rd place. Tsunoda, who led the Grand Prix earlier, is now down fighting for just a podium, but he's back round the outside heading into the sweeping left-hander of turn 9. George Russell isn't going to go down without a fight, but Yuki Tsunoda with a better traction in the Red Bull is up into 3rd. He's right behind Lewis Hamilton now. The Papaya McLaren has been on a charge on those medium tyres, and now he's got 4 laps to try and make the move on Lewis Hamilton and claim the race win away from Hamilton, who is searching for his first to get the Tifosi roaring. Lando Norris along the main straight. Easy move. He's already a full car length ahead of Lewis Hamilton. But you might think Lewis Hamilton is playing the games here. He's going to get DRS along this 2nd straight, and he's going to use it to his advantage to the outside of Lando Norris. He's cleared him before they've made it to turn 9, and it's a simple move for the Scuderia Ferrari as he finds himself back into 1st. Once again, Norris going for it on Lewis Hamilton. It's a carbon copy of the lap before. The number 4 driver trying to get past the number 44 driver as he makes his way to the outside of turn 6. He's already fully cleared Lewis Hamilton, but once again, Lewis Hamilton will have the DRS and we should see him appear on the right hand side of the track past the Papaya McLaren. There he is, swooping around the outside goes Lewis Hamilton, and he is up back into first place. They're alternating positions, these two. Lando Norris once again using the DRS to get through on Lewis Hamilton. As we can see from the flashing red light, he's recharging, but this time Hamilton is going to fight it through turn 6 and turn 7, back down the inside of Lando Norris to get his way into first. But this means Lando Norris will have the DRS. Will the McLaren have good enough straight line speed to get an opportunity into the final sector? No, he won't. And it's clear for the Ferrari. Hamilton is away in first, but Norris still hunting. Final lap of the Grand Prix. Lando Norris to the inside. These two for 4 laps now have been switching positions. Hamilton playing the ultimate DRS game, but Lando Norris hasn't been able to take advantage of the mediums as he bottoms out massively over the inside curb, but he'll have another opportunity with the DRS, to the inside of the 7-time world champion, but he can't make it happen, and it's so difficult to overtake in the final sector. You've got to think that Hamilton will win it. But we turn our attention to that man. At the start of 2024, he announced he was leaving Mercedes after 12 seasons and 84 wins with the Silver Arrows to join Ferrari. Suited in red, he struggled to find his feet, but today he's risen from his ruins to show he still has what it takes. And as he rounds the final corner, the crowd stand up as Lewis Hamilton wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, his first ever for the prancing horses in a main race. The Tifosi are roaring in the grandstands. He's had to fend off Lando Norris and Yuki Tsunoda early on in the race. Well done, Hamilton.